I'm saying. Basic.
The dreams. The dreams.
I remember my dreams.
Let's turn this down a little bit here. You are now watching SHMAK'S first stream, boy.
The dreams.
Today we're gonna be working on my next fan art here, and we're doing another Elden Ring one.
The dreams.
This is my first time streaming, especially streaming art.
The dreams.
Let me bring up my last Elden Ring one that I did. A little sneak peek. I haven't posted it yet. Do this one.
The dreams.
So this is a little sneak peek of my first Elden Ring fan art that I did. Now, I haven't beat Elden Ring or anything yet. But I think I have like 40 hours in at this point, something like that. So I just decided to kind of get some fan art out of the way since I've been doing a lot of that lately. And this is a location, I think it's called like something strewn precipice, and it was like super sick when I first discovered it. And so I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do fan art of that. And I don't have my references on this one because this is the final. But basically I took a screenshot of the game and added a few different enemies. I think this one is called Vulgar Militiamen, and then the giant bat. And so we're basically gonna do the same thing that we did to this one to our next idea right here. So we're gonna do some Limgrave fan art. So my idea initially with the sketch was that I was gonna have one of the trolls kind of swinging downward, and then me, the character, would be, you know, dodging the attack. And then there's also the golem archers that shoot the huge ass arrows from afar. So I thought that'd be really cool also, just to kind of build the action up. And then I thought I wanted to put one of the giant rune bears somewhere, but I'm not seeing where I put that in the sketch. It might have been an old sketch that I had that, but we'll probably add that. The thing about a lot of these fan arts, or really a lot of the art that I do in general, is that things don't always go according to plan. So a lot of times I kind of just add things along the way if it feels like it'd be a better idea compositionally. So even after I made this sketch, I didn't exactly know how I wanted to do this, and I remember there was a specific part in Limgrave, more towards the south, where there's a castle kind of guarded by one of these archers, and he actually shoots the arrow at you, and I think it was the first time I've encountered one. So I did take a couple screenshots from the game again, from that area, and what I'm probably going to end up doing is I'm probably going to end up using a couple of different pieces from each of these. So I got some individual references for the bear, the troll, and the archer golem. But then I also got some of the landscape. So for this one, I'll probably use this part right here, just because I only got around 3 screenshots quick, and this is really good for reference. The rest of this I'm probably not going to use. Maybe I'll use the back of my character here, but for the most part I don't really like the framing of all this. I pretty much just had to get behind this rock to get cover from the arrow, so that's pretty much the only reason that I got that shot there, because I wanted to capture that arrow. And then this is more of a better shot, but I kind of want the shot to be more to the side like this, if that makes sense. Let me white this out here, something like that. And so typically what I'll do, if I want to, I guess, like reframe or recrop something, I'll just kind of sketch what I think the rest would look like. Let me make this a little smaller here. So I'll kind of just continue that rock, maybe continue the grass here, continue the edge of this rock, kind of do something like that, add some more grass. And again, this is just a sketch, so I'll add more to it later for sure. But we're going to kind of build this hill here, finish these trees, do something like that. It's really foggy, so I don't really want to fill the background too much, and truth be told, that's more work anyway that I don't really think is necessary. So we're just gonna keep sketching these trees out here, something like this. The thing about fan art, especially this one in particular, because I recently did some Adventure Time art, and I think my style is somewhat similar to Adventure Time, but even then there was a pretty big learning curve just in like proportions of characters and outlines and things like that. The colored outlines is something that I don't typically do. So that was a little bit of a learning curve, but I decided to kind of just hop into it, just like I'm doing right now. And this the Elden Ring fan art that I just showed, and this one is they're both definitely more unique because I find myself doing a lot of tracing with these. There's a lot less, I guess, like sketching and planning in comparison to the Necropolis fan arts that I made on my Instagram at SHMAK'S. And so, yeah, it's just a little different. It's another learning curve between the last art and this art and the next one that I'm going to do. But that's what we're here for. We're here to just kind of see how it turns out. So I'm going to continue this sketch here before I get too derailed. And again, this is my first stream, so I'm kind of trying to find my balance between talking and kind of working freely. But I think we're just going to roll with this for a little bit. So I like sort of the proportions here. I think I'm gonna actually drag these two to the side a little more even, and then I'll end up probably moving the character more towards the middle. But all of this I guess background will probably trace for the most part. Let me just hide that for now. I'm also gonna name this sketch because it's really important to name your layers. For these references, I'm not going to do that because I'm going to get rid of them very soon. And for this, I'm also not really going to label right now because it's just a blank white thing. And these are also references, so they're not as important to label. But when I get into actually drawing, and because I'm doing so much tracing for these, it's probably just going to be straight to ink. Usually when you do art, you want to make a sketch, refine the sketch, and then ink over that, but we're just gonna go right from picture to ink basically, unless there's anything that I'm not tracing, then I'll sketch that first. But we're gonna sketch the rest of this here, kind of finish this. There's no way it goes that high. Something like that. Alright, for now I think that's good. Now I kind of want to cut out certain references and things to kind of just build my composition a little better, because this isn't perfect right now. So we're going to pull this up. Forgot what I'm using this one for. I don't think I'm meant to use this one. So yeah, we're gonna delete this one. And I have to mess with this real quick. For whatever reason, OBS doesn't pick up Photoshop, so I have to pretty much stream my whole screen, and I don't really want to show everything. Alright, so as stated, out of this one, I want to basically, oh no, I don't need this one either. What did I need? Okay, let's just go to this one. We're gonna crop this out real quick because I think this is a really good reference and it's gonna be necessary for what we're drawing here. I'm just gonna rasterize this layer, cut, paste, and then we're just gonna hide that one for now. This one is gonna be our main one that we work with, and we're gonna put this over that. And this one I'm not going to trace because the angle's weird, but we're gonna try our best to make it look better. That way, if later when I decide to start inking, if I decide to trace this instead of sketch it and then draw it, it might be alright. So we're gonna transform this, warp it a little bit. No, that's not the right one. The thing about Photoshop is you could use it all the time and still not know what you're doing. I've probably used Photoshop probably almost every day for the last 4 years. And things I really should know, I don't know sometimes. So that doesn't look great. I might just leave it how it was. Let's try this out. Why is it not going back? Okay, Photoshop is glitching out now. That's tight. So I'm gonna have to restart Photoshop because it is deciding that it doesn't want to work right now. And it just closed out the wrong thing too. Alright, let's try this again. We're probably gonna have to restart a whole project because I accidentally didn't save it. I tried closing the other one that we had open, and it just decided to close both of them, I guess, so. But that's alright, we didn't really make much progress, to be honest. Let me put this back, well, let me import these quick. All right. So let's cut this out again. Paste. Delete that, we don't need that. This is the one we also didn't need at all. Oh, not that one. This one is going to be our main one that we use. Let's hide these references. We don't need those yet. And I think this one we're mainly going to just use for the character. So we're gonna cut the character out. We just have to rasterize this layer. Cut and paste, and then we can delete that. So I think I want the character to stand maybe somewhere like this. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make him kind of like evading the attack or not, or if he's gonna be like a deer in headlights kind of situation. So we'll see. But let's hide those two layers for now, and let's re-sketch this. The thing that I've noticed, like while making art, is that a lot of times software that you're using will decide to just stop working for whatever reason, and a lot of times it'll crash, and it ends up deleting all the things that you just made, which is really frustrating. But oftentimes I find that when I restart something, what I make the second time is actually much better. So not to get too philosophical, but just something to keep in mind as an artist. Especially since you know what you want to make at that point. Sometimes when you get into art, you're not really exactly sure what you want something to look like or sound like or whatever it is. And, you know, by the time that something crashes and you lose all your work, you know what you want to do now. And you can just redo it very easily. Not always, but still something to kind of keep in mind, you know, be optimistic about. Alright, so again, I think I'm good with my sketch for now. Something I've also learned to do a lot is save, like constantly. Just save whenever you make any progress whatsoever, any step forward. My animation teacher a few years back pretty much said, anytime you get the thought to save, instantly save. And so that's something I try to do always. Alright, so I think right away I'm going to start inking, and for anyone who doesn't know what inking is, if you're sort of new to art or you just don't really, you don't know like the terms, the industry terms, inking basically means your final lines, and because again we're tracing, we're just going to ink right away. So what I like to do to make what I want to do more visible, first off, because this is a sketch, typically you sketch in a lighter color, so I always use this pink color, but I'm going to use this pink color to ink as well because we're tracing, and it'll show up a lot better against these rocks here and all this other scenery, and so we're gonna use the pink over this, and that's why I made it somewhat transparent, so the normal pink will show over that as well. So I'm gonna label this sketch for now, so I know what this layer is. And then we're gonna label this one ink, and we'll label this one BG reference. And so I'm just gonna start inking. Now the brush that I use, and I wouldn't consider myself like a super great digital artist by any means. I kind of just have my style and I stick with it. Even when I do like other styles, like I recently did some character concepts for Smiling Friends. I applied for a couple positions for that. I still use my same brush that I always use, and it's just pretty much a flat circle, hardness all the way up. I just like a simple line basically, so that's what I usually use. Depending on what I'm drawing, I typically do either 5 or 10 point, but sometimes I do like 7 if it makes more sense. I think with the last Elden Ring one I did, let me see if I can bring it up quick. So with these ones, I think I did a couple varying sizes. But let's just that's not what I want to do here. So it's at 5 points right now, so this line is like 5 pixels. I don't like that that's at 99 there. So I did 5 pixels for a lot of these, but as you can see, these lines are a little thicker than these ones, so I think these might be 7. Let's see. Why is this doing this? I don't know what it's doing right now. Why is this not working? Oh, because there's a... I am so confused right now. Why is this being like this? What is Photoshop doing right now? Let me just go to the top layer here. Okay, that works for whatever reason, so. So yeah, I did a 7 point for this. So I think for the characters, I'm gonna do 5 pixels. I don't know if it's pixels or points. I keep alternating between the two. Okay, so it's pixels. So we're going to do 7 for the foreground, and then we're gonna do 5 for the characters. And I'm not gonna save the changes to this because I already finished that one, and I don't want to mess anything up if I ever want to go back. So for this, we're gonna do 7, and we're just gonna get right into inking. So I typically like to do my details. I do a lot of layers. A lot of artists kind of just try to get as many into as few layers as possible, which in some respects is smart, but I personally don't do it because I mess up a lot and I like changing things a lot after I do them, so I prefer just having a shit ton of layers. So basically I like doing a lot of the details on a separate layer, but I do kind of like the outline, so to speak, on one. Unless there's, I would consider this an outline because it's an edge here. It's not like a texture, I guess you could say. So I consider this kind of like an outline, and I kind of just follow that path. And you could say it goes, you know, something like this. And, you know, part of the thing with tracing, you know, you choose which things you would like to trace. It's not just that you're completely recreating something one-to-one. Your identity is still in the art that you make, no matter what. So that's why I kind of feel alright about tracing and using a lot of references and things like that when I do fan art. Typically, when I'm making art for the cartoon that I'm working on, Vulture of Larouk, typically I just kind of go for whatever, because I kind of know my style, you know. I'll just do sketches and ink those. But for stuff like this, it's kind of, it's really pretty much impossible to do it without a reference at all. Not saying that you have to trace, because if I had more time to work on this, I've been trying to pump, you know, one of these out a week, and I also have a job and everything, so it's not very easy to just draw them 100% by yourself. So references make it easy, and I still think they turn out great, and they're still obviously original, so it's kind of how I feel about it. I also find that a lot of times I kind of mess up my line work a little bit, and I don't even realize it till I come back later and I'm coloring and trying to get better at that, kind of be more vigilant and aware of my crappy line work. I think I'll add this edge here a little bit. Do something like this. So I think this section we kind of got all the edges. And obviously my character is in the way here. So, you know, a lot like me sketching all this over here, you kind of just go with the flow. Just try to make it work, basically. Something like that. I also typically, to get straighter lines on Photoshop, I often hit the shift key, and then I kind of just plot where I want the line to go. It makes so many things so much easier. I often will use this kind of method for like swords and other weapons that are really like straight. And you can kind of see how clean that is. Even sometimes when I do that and it comes off like really straight on these corners for things that are supposed to be like natural looking, like rocks for instance, I'm not a big fan of that, so I kind of round the edges sometimes. Let's see here. This edge seems pretty important. Sometimes I'll add lines too, kind of just to make it look more, I guess I want to say 3D. It'll have more volume if I add, you know, this line, kind of making it look like it's more extruding here. And there's, you know, a couple different ways you could do that. I think I'm gonna kind of just do something like that. Do a little something like that. And I feel like that just helps it kind of bring it to life a little more. So I'll typically do that a lot. Let's get back down here. See, and something that I didn't do, I followed along this path when realistically this is sort of like a separate rock right here, and I should have just continued with this line like that. Would have made it a little easier, but that still looks pretty good, so we'll just roll with that. I also hate when lines kind of peek out of the edge here, or the corner I should say, the vertice. Sorry, I got a notification from the stream, I believe. Oh, TK, hey. Hell yeah, man. Whenever you can. If you want to talk in the Discord at all too, just let me know. Whoops, have it on the eraser tool. That's why that didn't work. Yeah, and something when you get into art, you'll realize you don't know anything. Like, whatever you're trying to do, it's probably gonna be stunted in some way by technical issues or user error. It's just how it goes. Bet TK, that's what's up. No rush at all. Streaming is also something that I gotta learn to get a little better at here, because usually when I work on stuff, I just have like YouTube on in the background or something, and I'm not talking or even really thinking. So kind of just the duality of thinking about what I want to do in art and then reading chat and then talking about what I'm doing is something that's kind of new to me, so we'll figure it out. This whole edge here with the rocks, much like I did right here, it's kind of just an imaginary line, because we're kind of making a 3D rendered image into 2D. So we're gonna add like much less detailed grass, and it'll be a lot easier to kind of hide this edge than to basically draw every blade of grass. That wouldn't be great. add this line here. I can't lie, I was a little nervous when I first went live, but I feel like I'm kind of getting a grasp of what I'm doing. And I feel like the more that I get through this, the more things I have to talk about. Let's see here. Let's ink this here. Usually when I can't draw a line a certain way from a certain angle, I'll just give up and rotate the whole canvas. Makes it a lot easier to draw vertical than horizontal. I could probably draw a pretty straight line, but then vertical, it's like there's always something messed up about it. Let's see here. Again. Just makes it so much easier. See, I typically draw rocks like this. That's why they look somewhat different from this, because obviously I can't trace as well because there's no image here. But that's kind of where, you know, you kind of have nuggets of your identity even when you're tracing. So yeah. Now, I would say that I'm gonna make an imaginary line here. I would consider this kind of where this brighter green ends here. I would consider this kind of like the foreground. But I'm gonna erase that line because I don't want an actual line there because it's not very solid. It kind of slowly transitions into this. So what I will do is I'll add, let's see here. I'll add a line right here because this is pretty rigid. Except I don't want the line that big because it's further away. So I might make it a little smaller, kind of just loosely trace this here. And what did I say? This around here. This was all the foreground. So what I will do is I will trace this stone here. No. I'll trace this imaginary line. Sort of like the horizon to the stone, so to speak. Gonna do that over here as well. And me kind of tracing this doesn't matter a whole lot because we're gonna cover it with some grass blades. We're gonna cover it with these bushes because we're gonna draw all this later, the tree. So you know, this line doesn't have to be perfect. And like I said, there's pretty much just like an imaginary line, you know, right here that we're just gonna ignore for now because we're gonna worry about it when we're coloring. But yeah, I would say that for the most part, we have the foreground traced. Obviously, we need to add a lot of details like grass blades, things like that. That's something I typically like to do at the end when the main kind of background is sketched out. So we're gonna actually change this ink to foreground ink. I typically like to just put FG, makes it easier. And then under FG ink, we're gonna do MG ink, which is middle ground. And remember, we have a smaller brush now because it's further away. And so I would say the mid ground is pretty much we'll say pretty much this. Whoops. But again, that's imaginary. We're not actually gonna use that line in any real way. But we're gonna get into the nitty-gritty and trace these rocks here. And this is what art's all about. Tracing the things that you can barely even see. Just trying to squeeze any little detail out that you can, just to make it look that much prettier. At least that's how I see it. Whoops. Now again, after this this art's done, I'm doing one more Elden Ring post, I guess you could say. All this is sort of revolving around my Instagram, so I just call them posts. I'm trying to, I guess, build my brand as an illustrator and all the other weird shit I do. So I've been really focusing on illustration lately though, not as much music. And I probably won't do fan art for a while after these 2 posts. Whoops. Let's do that. That works. Do this. Can't see this because of these trees here, but we're gonna assume it's something like this. And then with that, we can kind of add little ridges. Something like that. Maybe I do this. Again, you know, this doesn't matter all that much because we are going to put these trees. We are going to draw these trees and put those over that. Trying to think of what we should do next. I think a lot of this stuff I want to wait to do until after I like draw a few of these trees, because it's gonna make it a lot easier to ink these ones once I kind of know how these ones will look inked. So we're gonna start with this one because this one's kind of like in the foreground. Because, yeah, this line right here is part of the foreground. So we're gonna put this above the foreground, and we'll just label it FG tree for now. Like I said, a lot of things kind of change while you're working. I might have another tree called FG tree, like maybe this one for instance. So maybe I gotta rename this to FG tree 1 or something. Not that that matters really, but let's try this out here. Now obviously I'm not sketching every one of these leaves because that would be a pain in the ass and it probably wouldn't even look that good. So what we're gonna do is we're actually just gonna kind of draw the puffs of leaves. Whoops. And it doesn't have to be perfect. The main purpose is to just get the general shape of them, because we're gonna add details later. Nothing crazy, but we'll add a little something. I'm just gonna not overcomplicate it. And then we're gonna draw these trunks here, or branches rather. Let's see here. Just gonna close that off. Okay, so that's a tree. And then just draw the base of it. Not that that matters because we're gonna put bushes in front of it, but you get the vibe. Now, because this is kind of a learning curve, I don't think this tree looks great. We could probably fix it up, and I'm not going to change it too much. But I think just to get a little of the, kind of the, I guess, rock peeking through to the other side, I think we'll just do a couple of that. Couple little holes in the leaves. We'll see if that looks better later. But for now, this is fine. Let's see. Another thing about art is that you're constantly kind of just like looking at it, seeing what to do next. Let's see. Okay, so now that I generally know what these trees are gonna look like, I kind of want to imitate this when I draw them over here. And to do that, because I can't trace it, I'm thinking we're just going to draw the trunk and the branches first and then put the leaves over it. So let's try this. We'll just name this tree for now. Now, because this is a sketch, instead of inking right away, I think I'm just going to refine the sketch if that makes sense. So something like this. And this is all pretty new to me because I don't typically draw trees like this. I hate how that looks. Do something like this. Something like that. Kind of forgot we were refining instead of inking. So I took this a little, went a little try hard with this. We'll fix it. Because I, still fucked up anyway. But that's alright. That's what life's all about. Alright, so we're gonna name this tree Refine. And in fact, since this is a refined sketch layer, we're just gonna do it all in one because it's not final anyway. In my experience, like, the more layers you have, the slower Photoshop kind of runs. So although I'm an advocate for layers, you still kind of want to have the least amount as possible. And we're gonna do these, I would say these ones are like background ones because they're kind of behind this horizon here. So we're just gonna do like these three, something like that. So alright. Now I'm going to do leaves over that. And we'll actually name it Leaves Refine. And, you know, as stated, it's not going to be the same because I'm not tracing them, so it's just naturally going to look a little different. But I think it's good to kind of I don't know what this song is talking about right now. That's so goofy. Anyway, when there's branches, I always like to draw like the branches in coordination to the leaves that kind of would grow out of them, so to speak. And then I guess add like a big one at the top. And that way that can go over some of these other ones. Not great, but we'll fix it up. Sometimes it's just a lot of trial and error. It also might kind of look weird because, yeah, let's just erase some of this here. Can always undo. I mean, that doesn't look too bad. So we'll leave it like that for now. This one, I think I'm just gonna start with the big puff. Kind of like it more like that. I feel like that one looks a lot better already. Something like that looks pretty good, I think, for now. Definitely not bad. So I would typically, I don't delete the sketch layer because I think it's always good for the composition to kind of just have it. So you kind of don't really forget what you're doing. Sometimes I'll erase things off the sketch layer, like since I drew these trees, maybe I'll just kind of erase those. Yeah, that'll be alright. Let's see. And since I did that, I feel like I should kind of bring the opacity down on these, so I remember they're not ink layers, they're just refined sketches. Let's see. Another thing you can always do is that if you want to kind of check where you're at, because it's kind of hard to tell with this big reference image in the background, you can just hide that. And this is where we're at so far. So, you know, without seeing the reference image, if you never saw the reference image, you would look at this and be like, wow, I made pretty cool art, you know. And I think doing things like that really kind of helps you get confident when making art. Kind of just, you know, constantly looking at your progress and seeing, like, I guess, like, how far you've came. Because otherwise you kind of just, you're drawing lines, you know. You're not thinking about what you're doing. And I feel like it also just makes your art come out better because you're not monotonously just drawing, you know. You're actually drawing something. Just trying to decide what I want to do next. I think I should definitely focus on the foreground more and get that over with. So I'll just add, you know, some little rocks and stuff like that. I wonder if I can skip these songs from my keyboard. Nope, that just hit that. Alright, 1 second, y'all. Gosh, what in... I don't know why that just got so loud. That was crazy. I hope it stays at this level now. Yeah, I'm trying out, for anyone wondering, I'm trying out this bot that has a bunch of royalty-free music for now. TK, who was actually talking in the chat earlier and who might hop in a little bit, kind of recommended that I use my own beats, but I'm still not sure, 1, how to do that, and 2, if I want to, because I want the focus to kind of be on the art, but we'll see. It is a good idea. So anyway, let's get back to this. Because I went back to the foreground, again, I made the brush a little bigger. We had it at 7, and I like just being really consistent with that, to the best of my ability. Typically don't like drawing a rock by itself, because I'm like Bob Ross and I can't stand to see a rock all by its lonely. So I gave it a little friend, no big deal. We could add like a little bit of a line here. I know I said that there's kind of an imaginary line here. I think we can add some definition to that. Kind of give it a more steep, more defined kind of area. Something like that. And so then, yeah, this would make up the foreground. I don't want to add grass and stuff yet, but I will eventually. You know what? Actually, let's add grass right away. I like getting you know, any one of these main layers kind of done as soon as possible. So I made a separate layer called grass because I didn't want to just add it to the foreground, because a lot of it is going to be overlapping the foreground. So we're just gonna do something like this, and you're gonna notice I'm not tracing these as close to as accurately, because grass is much more tedious to draw if you're tracing it, and also it's a good it's a good thing to add kind of your own style too, I feel like. And this is typically kind of how I draw grass. This is going to be probably one of the most boring parts of the stream, because I'm pretty much just drawing the same shape over and over again. And you know, when you're doing things like this, it's really important to check that you're drawing on the right layer. And so I typically do this a lot of times just to make sure I'm not drawing on the same one, because I've done that so many times and it just such a pain. No, I don't want to over detail it because that takes a lot of time, and I don't want carpal tunnel. And the focus isn't the grass anyway. In a lot of respects, I'm already kind of overdoing it, but I think it'll be alright. I think it looks good. To be quite honest with you guys, there are probably going to be a lot of times when I'm working on this art and I'm not sure what I'm going to do next, and it's going to take me a minute. Because, you know, as I've stated, this is kind of a learning curve for me. This kind of like adding my style to something that's 3D rendered and very detailed and very realistic looking is definitely definitely a process. But practice takes perfect. I can't even talk words. I can't say words. Oh, yeah, sure, TK, I'll hop in that one. I'm gonna take this off of full screen for a second. Hello, sir.
Yo, hold on 1 second. I need to mute you in Twitch. Okay, cool.
Here, I'll turn
How are you,
on.
friend?
I don't know if this will mess with my Twitch or not.
I will try to pull up Twitch on mobile so that I can check it. But I'm not gonna. I have it running on PC, but I'm not playing sound from it, so it doesn't interfere with anything.
Got you. Here, I'm just gonna shut my camera off. It seems like it's not working on Discord. So,
Yeah, it took down your.
Oh, it did. Oh, yeah. I took the background off. So, like, for whatever reason, OBS doesn't want to pick up Photoshop, so I have to do my whole screen. So I kind of have to hide that every time I go to a different tab because I don't, you know. It's kind of lame. Since I'm messing with these settings, though, I'm gonna. Whoops. Turn the volume a little down. Can you hear me? Let me leave Well, DK, I don't think you can hear me right now, but if you can, I'm going to. Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I have really bad internet right now, so forgive me. That was all me on this end.
It's all good.
Uh, yeah, just bear with me. Let's fucking Comcast, bro.
Yes, sir. All right, I'm gonna go back to
Okay.
my art here.
Yeah, because I have you up on both my mobile and okay, yeah, and I can see it on PC now. I think mobile is just behind, so I'm waiting on it to catch up. Yep, and I can see it on mobile now too. Nice.
Yeah. The reason why my screen keeps going black is because I have to hide that layer in OBS every
Yep,
time
yep.
I switch between apps because OBS doesn't pick up Photoshop, so I have to stream my whole screen, if that makes sense.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no, it does. Like when I say I use OBS, so I know like it's really quirky, like you're saying. Some
Yeah.
windows make you refresh and
Oh no, you cut out again. Oh no. Whoops. This is really behind on mobile. Ideally, I probably should make some grass that's like a lot taller, but I don't know. Or maybe more specifically, I should make very small ones. I think we'll do that. Because, you know, really in this reference, there aren't any big, tall blades of grass. They're kind of all relatively small. But it's good to add kind of like varying sizes because it kind of gives a
dynamic feel.
yeah, there you are. I can hear you now.
Yeah, yeah. I apologize. It's probably gonna do that a couple times, but God, I was gonna say something. It was kind of important.
I heard you say dynamic
Oh, yeah,
feel.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, but I was asking before I got cut out, like, can the people hear me or can only you hear me?
They can, yo.
Okay,
Is
okay,
that
got
cool?
you, got you. Just needed to. Yeah, yeah, it's fine,
Okay,
bro.
cool.
I just needed to know which persona to have on, you know? Is
You're-
it the public one or is this like, hey, I'm only in his ears, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, you're TK, the sound god, the synth god,
Oh, nice, nice.
right now.
Synth
So,
god, sound god, whatever.
yeah, yeah,
Either one works for me, you know?
yeah.
But no, I do. I need to get back into doing the music stuff. But I like things like this because it's something that I can like sit here and work on my own stuff
Yeah.
and like watch you work on things. But also, I think you get it. You get me that like I know how to do stuff like this, but I don't do it enough. And I'm like
Mhm.
watching someone else and like even just listening to you because I've been here for a while. I just haven't. I've been setting up stuff, so I've been listening to like things you've been saying. And I guess one of the things I would ask though, real quick, is like you're saying about these layers. Why wouldn't you just put the grass on a different layer though? Especially because it sits in front of some of those rocks. It feels like it'd
It
be
is.
tedious.
It is on a different layer.
Okay, got you, got
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
got you, got you. Got it. Okay, cool. So I missed that part. But like that's why I say like it'd be cool to just be here. I guess my second question then would be why do you have it all in purple?
So
I mean, I get it for later, but like that's what threw me off, bro. Fuck
yeah.
you. I'm just being tedious and I'm teasing. Like you
No, no,
don't
no.
have to answer that. That was so rhetorical and just me being silly because I
No,
do know the reason.
it's
but-
good because like if anyone watches this, then it's just kind of like a. I think I kind of mentioned it before. So like, basically, this is my reference, right? I took this screenshot of the video game. This picture.
Yep, yep.
And
Like you were saying, you're doing 3D settings though, right?
yep. So
Yep.
because this isn't just like a white thing, the black kind of color.
That's racist. That's racist.
Dude
Oh
said
my
that.
God.
Dude's
But
putting
it's not white. It's not black. Oh my God. What? What?
Well, okay,
But
so
no, I'm being silly.
yeah. So typically I use a black outline for pretty much all my art, and it doesn't show
Okay,
up
cool.
as well on here. So the pink really helps.
That makes sense.
And that's typically what I use for a sketch layer, which is why it's over here as well.
And and is this because it's a 3D layer, like you're saying? It's because, like you're saying, you don't have
No,
that,
it's more
flat background or whatever?
It's more the color. So like all these like greens
Okay.
and stuff. Usually I would just draw on blank white. If you know what I'm
Okay,
saying.
got
So
you,
like
got you.
I would just,
Yeah, but like you said, since you're using a reference that's
Mhm.
3D, you're in new territory. I love that. I love that.
yeah.
Like I said, I've been here for some of your explaining. I've just been setting up, so you get it. It was just in and out for me. I apologize,
Yeah, no, you're good.
but I love this.
So
And I don't know how delayed I am because I'm watching the Twitch stream, so bear with me.
the stream is pretty delayed. I will say, because
Okay, cool,
I have it
cool.
up on my phone right now, so I can look at chat. Because I don't have
Okay, yeah.
two monitors. But
Right. And but I'm using Twitch to see you, but like you're saying, yeah, there's a short delay before like when you actually respond and talk. But I hear your voice through Discord, so it works.
yeah. So
But I love it.
Right now, as I talk to you, I'm not really working on anything, so you're not missing anything right now. I think
Okay.
what I'm going to do next is I'm gonna finish this grass first of all.
Word.
Whoops. But anyway, yeah, the pink
Did you
is
hear
just
that?
so it's very visual. What?
The piano.
I heard nothing.
Okay, good. I have this. It's a switch. You get it, and it's like you guys can either hear the instruments or you can't, and I had to make sure you couldn't.
Hey, dude, if
'Cause
you
I
wanna
don't know where
play
you-
music, I can actually. If you wanna like mess with synths or whatever, I'd be super down to have that playing.
Oh
in
yeah.
the background. Let me
No worries.
let me turn this music off.
Oh no. Keep it playing for now, because when I say like right now where my energy is I'm still recovering from life, bro.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm still recovering and
Just-
grocery shopping. But yes. Just like you're saying, for the future, we can definitely do that.
Oh, okay.
And that's
yeah.
what I mean. Is like I would love to watch like. I would love to be like working on some music while you're like doing a scene, you know, because
Yeah,
that's
that'd be
like literally the
awesome.
dream. That's literally the dream, bro.
That'd be so sick.
And I'm at this point where I'm like so over the job search too that I'm just like, you know
Dude.
what? Let me just do art 24/7. Fuck it, you know.
Exactly. No, like literally. That's where I'm at too.
Oh wait, is this being recorded? Am I allowed to like? Should I not be like, fuck it?
No, I don't care. Yeah. Cuss
Word.
as
But-
much
but
as you
it-
want.
but it's-
I am gonna save the VOD though. I think so.
Got you. No worries. No
Unless I
worries.
look back at it and I'm like, wow, that was cringe. I'm never doing that again. But I think we're chilling.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. Yeah, no, I'm totally here for the chilling session too, because this is literally like what we do on Sundays sometimes with TJ and them.
Mhm.
It's just me and his brother right now, but I think you're in that Discord too, right?
I think so. I'm never in there though.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
know, right?
busy.
Because I'm never in there, but when I am, it's pretty chill. It's literally just them two working on shit and me like when I should be working on stuff, but I'm not. So I'm a
Yeah.
loser like that. I'm gonna get better though. I'm gonna get better.
Sorry if I kind of just like don't say anything. 'Cause I'm
No,
just, like,
I totally understand. I totally understand the art zone.
Yeah,
I
get it.
totally understand. Yeah.
especially like right now since I'm just drawing grass. Like all I'm doing.
Well,
is
I'm
just,
sitting
like,
in front of my computer, is working on stuff too. So I'll probably pull up some code here in a second, and I'll just like lean in the chat whenever.
tight.
But like, this is a chill vibe, you know.
Precisely, bro.
Precisely. Why don't you work on your grass, bro? Focus on your grass.
I'm working on my grass, bro.
It just looks like hella sharks, bro. Hella sharks, man. Hella sharks. Or orcas, because it's not so pointed, you know.
Drawing a couple
So Orca convention.
shark
Yep,
fins
yep.
here. There you go. Okay, I'm glad it's not too delayed.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Pleasing the crowd. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. He said, undo, undo, undo.
Yep.
Bye.
Dude, I gotta get
Bye,
my
stupid art.
grass in, man. That's it.
No, I love that. I love that.
We're in our grass era.
Why'd I know you were about to fucking say that shit? I wasn't ready, but I knew it was coming. I was like, man, this feels like, yep. And then you said it.
Respect it.
So disappointed on you. I'm so disappointed in you. You gotta be more unpredictable. Be more unpredictable.
We came up from the dirt. Now we're in
What
our
are you,
grass
Buzz
era.
Lightyear? It's a vibe. Again, if this shit cuts out on me, it's really just because my internet fucking sucks and Comcast hates me.
It's all good.
When I say
It might help if you
like,
turn your camera off, because I can't see you right now anyway. But that's up to you.
oh, okay, got you.
But because
No worries, no worries.
I know that
yeah,
uses
I'll turn
like
off
a
my
lot
camera.
more like
Yeah, yeah,
bandwidth.
yeah. Our own Discord for vocals anyway.
I don't want to see you, bro. I'm just kidding.
Wow. I'm so offended right now. I'm never coming back to this stream ever again. Like
No.
like whoever invited me, like you gotta tell them, bro. Like, man. The host embarrassed them. No, like I'm not taking that invite ever again, man. But yeah, I'm literally just chilling. When I say like life has been interesting. So I'm not gonna say too much because, like you're saying, you might record it. But when I say life, bro, life, man. The
Life's
day-to-day.
been hitting you with that ABXY combo.
Man, and I'm
That
just
up,
getting
down, left,
finished
right.
over and over and over, and not in a good way. Like just
Fatality.
finish it, man. I'm just dead. Right, fatalities over and over, bro.
Dude, I think I got
I don't
my
mind
grass
I don't
done.
mind seeing a new combo, you know, every now and then. But damn, don't do it to me.
Yeah.
So
Why is it still in grass?
but yeah, let's see.
Did I not?
I probably will try to.
What is going on, dude? Oh, that's why. 'Cause
It's called
auto-
suffering.
Auto select is turned off because it was tweaking before, so I turned it off. I'm gonna check my notifications.
Yeah, yeah, and don't worry about like when you get into your like artist mode where you're like zoned out. I do that shit all the time with everything. I get it. Like, no worries. Oh my gosh, did it freeze on me?
No, I'm just looking at my phone quick.
No worries, no worries. I'm also looking at my computer though, and it's acting stupid. So I'm like, fuck. I just want to code, bro. I just want to code. Oh, you doing the most.
Yeah, I'm just on my phone break. No big deal. All my viewers are just gonna have to deal with it. Sorry, y'all.
I mean, hey, sometimes we just have to suffer, man. Sometimes we just gotta suffer. But yeah, no worries about it. Like, if I don't hear you, it's probably just because I have my headphones off because I only got you coming through the headphones kind of stuff. So life be like that sometimes.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all Gucci. Let's see. Oh yeah, and I gotta do this.
I have a good question. So your keyboard shortcuts, because you're drawing with your tablet, right? You're not a mouse drawer, are you?
Yeah. So I'm drawing with this little guy. I don't know how well it's gonna show on camera here.
Well, I mean, explain it like you would explain it to like your viewers, you know?
So my
Yeah.
shortcuts though I do on keyboard. I don't use there's
Okay,
buttons
cool,
on
cool.
here. There's four buttons on here. I never use those.
Yeah, the programmable ones. Really? Like that was literally the first thing I did, bro, when I bought mine, because I was like, this is so cool.
Yeah,
And you
they
can program it for different apps. Come on, bro.
yeah, it's
Come
cool. I just like my issue is that like I have to like I mean I guess I'm already putting my like hand there for the most part, but I'm just so used to using like Photoshop. So like undo instead of hitting the
Yeah.
button, I always just hit Control Z, you know. And
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. There's
I
a
think
lot
for
of
me-
other ones that I use on here that I can't like. If I want to use my brush tool,
I
I
guess
hit
I would
B,
counter that.
you know.
I guess I would counter that though real quick. I would counter that though real quick and say, like you're saying, that like undo can be different in different apps though, right? And I would say, like, do you switch between like, are you exclusive to Photoshop, or and is that why you're just like, hey, there's no need for me to like program the different buttons, because it is a really cool tool. Like you told me to buy one and I bought like I think I have the same one you have, right?
Do you?
So I guess that's just my
know,
question.
I know you got that. You didn't you get like a little one for your Android? Or no?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it might be the one you have because it has 4 buttons, right?
Here I'll actually send you a pic of the one I have real quick on Twitter.
Okay, cool.
Because mine's not for Android.
Because it's got.
I mean,
Yeah,
you might be able to use it, but I don't think it's the same one.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because it's just a USB connection, right?
Yeah.
To the
Here,
PC.
I'll send you it real quick.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, it might be the one that you sent me, because I did buy one, and like you're saying, I programmed it because that's my thing. You know, I have the keyboards programmed for like you're saying, keyboard shortcuts. I can use Control Alt, and I programmed it to just one key here, you know, or things like that. Control Z. Okay, let me see what this is.
But to answer your question, most like I don't only use Photoshop for art. Pretty much I do. But like pretty much every program that I do use is Control Z to undo. Like I feel like most programs are pretty universal with their
Yeah.
I guess key bindings.
Yeah. And I was using Control Z as like more of an example, you know. But yeah, like you're saying, when you switch programs and you're doing different things. For me, it's like us doing music. You know, sometimes we might want to do something. Okay, a good example is like zooming in this might be different from zooming in FL or something like that, or in
yeah,
what is it
FL's
called?
a weird one though. But yeah, I get what you're
Yeah,
saying.
but that's what I'm saying is I like this because I have the same exact one. Yeah, I got
Okay,
that one.
okay,
That's the one I have.
Never
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying I love it because the program that comes with it is like really good at like switching between when you switch between an app. It's like, hey, these 4 buttons could be anything, you know. So I was just talking up the device, you know. You had suggested it to me, and I was like, the shit really actually goes, you know. Like it has a lot of
it's
useful
pretty sick.
features. Yeah.
I
And
don't know.
it's just a really cool tool to just have, you know.
I think
I
it's
literally-
just because like on Photoshop there are so many different keys I use. Like I use the G key for like the fill bucket and the gradient. I use the V to like
Right.
quick select something. It's the move tool technically, but or I'll use like L for the lasso tool, or I'll use B for the brush tool. So there's like so many different keys I use. It just doesn't make sense for me to use like the 4 on that when I have to use like 10 of them. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
No, and I totally get that. When I say like, I totally get it to the extent of like I wouldn't use the tablet for like coding, but I would. For me, I would still program like you're saying, select all. You know, select all is different, and I use 2 different text editors. And in one text editor, it's like select all is like it's like Alt F3 or some shit. And then in other things, it's like Alt A, right? I mean, or Select A or whatever. You get it. And then if I'm a Mac person, I don't even fucking know. But that's all I'm saying is like I like it because it doubles as a mouse. That's like really cool for me. And then like you said, it does have those 4 buttons, and you don't have to program them, which is really nice. But also, if you wanted to, it's seamless for me. And I'm really just talking to your viewers, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
But it just makes sense to me. Like I like it. It has those 4 buttons that just like you're saying, they can either be nothing or they can be active when you're in Chrome only. You know, and I love that shit. When I say it was a really good purchase, and I appreciate you for suggesting it.
Oh yeah, of course, dude. I mean,
Yeah. But
I
I have
get use
and I
out
have
of it every
hooked it
day.
up to
So.
my. But you're right. I have hooked it up to my Android phone because I have used it as a mouse for my phone. So
Got
yeah,
you.
it does work that way.
Nice. Yeah, I
Cool
don't know.
shit, cool
I
shit.
for whatever reason, because you got it like I thought you got it specifically for your Android, but I guess that I could be mistaken. But I guess like I always just
I think at
imagined
the
that it was a
time.
smaller one, like for that, for whatever, just because
No,
it's
no,
like
you're.
for a phone.
I think at the time I was telling you that, and you're right because I had the Samsung Galaxy Note, and I loved drawing on my phone. And you're right. That's what I need to use this more for. You're right. But when I say like I put it in the studio, and it's always just hooked up to my computer now, you know. So there's times when I come in and like I might not want to use a conventional mouse, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, I'm just gonna use my little tablet, you know. And then I'll open up like you're saying, a drawing application and draw something real quick. But yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You're right. I need to use it more when I travel. That's what I need to do. I need to take it with me when I travel, um,
When you're at the club,
because
just
just drawing on my phone, tablet
draw on
combo,
your
you know.
phone, go to the pub.
Right, right. No, honestly, that's the kind of shit that I do too. Like, I'd go to my coffee house, coffee shop, you
See
know,
that?
and
Yeah, that's like a
I would, yeah,
really nice place to like do something like that.
yeah, and especially because I have like a wireless keyboard as well,
Yeah,
that has like a stand that I can prop my phone up on. Like you're saying, just bring my tablet and go ham. So thank you for
oh
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
of course, of
Oh man.
course. I can't take too much
Right.
credit because it's just like I feel like, and this is like a kind of like a beginner level one, I think. Because I mean, I'm never gonna
Oh,
buy
it
like one
definitely
of
is.
those
Yeah.
$3,000 ones. I just don't think I'll ever
Oh,
have a
really?
need.
Honestly, I think, honestly, I would say, and I'm sorry, I know I keep cutting you off.
No, you're
It's
good.
excitement, but I would counter that and say maybe not a $3,000 one, but at least one that like even me and you can appreciate having, being able just to have the screen on our lap. You know,
Yeah.
like that's the extent that like me and you I think would go. Where like you're saying, some of these other things, unless we were like in a studio or built a studio, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unless we built a studio and it was like made for that, then yeah. Uh, but I wouldn't knock it. I wouldn't knock it till you try it, man. Sometimes they're the coolest thing you've ever had in your life. And if it's something reliable and like durable, it might be the only one you ever buy in your life, and that
True.
3,000 could be worth it. You know,
Yeah.
especially if you don't update often. Some people like will update their phones like the second a new one comes out. You know, and I'm not one of those people.
I'm not either.
Yeah. And like I said, even the tablet that we both have, you had suggested it. I looked it up and was like, oh, I like this. And just like the build of it, everything about it, it's very simple, but
Mm-hmm.
it's something that I'm like, I will always have one of these on my desk, even if I'm not using it. I'll have it there, you know, because it's so functional, you know.
Yeah.
So, and I just like using it as a mouse too. I'm messy like that, bro. That's why I be customizing the keys. I be clicking away.
I know you're not really into Apple, which is understandable, but I think
Yes, yes, yes.
if anything, I'd probably just get an iPad, to be honest. Just because then
I
I
mean,
can
my
carry it with
problem.
me and do whatever I need to do.
See, I will counter that and say that I run a Lenovo desktop here, and for the longest time I had a Lenovo fucking tablet, you know,
Yeah.
and it like you're saying, it fulfilled all of my purposes. But for me, because I'm a programmer myself anyway, I can program anything I really need. PC is better for me in that regard because I don't like the box that Apple is for programming, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
That's something I'm like completely
yeah.
like alien to. Like I don't even know.
Yeah, and that's why I like Android, because it's a Linux kernel and it's just easier for me to program on. You know,
Yeah.
not that Apple's not easy to program on, but I like
They
you
complicate
get
things probably, and there's probably
they do.
restrictions to certain
Well,
things.
I used to have an iPod, but because I couldn't share my music quickly with people while I was traveling and stuff like that, I stopped using it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so like I've tried it, but it just doesn't work for like who I am.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I'm like a super customizable person. Like I love to customize everything. So like you get it. Apple's selling point is like simplicity
You're the
and all
type of
that
dude to
stuff.
get like a bionic arm.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I'm just kidding.
I mean, I like the concept. So
Just
yeah,
messing
you
with
get
you.
it. But like belief wise, probably not. But yeah, like the concept, yeah. If I had no choice, yeah, I wouldn't fight it, you know? And if I did it, it'd be like, hey, I want the one that I can customize, you know, because I know how to program. Like I know coding. I'm just trying to get better at it, you know, so I'm faster at it.
You
And
like you could buy
uh,
like a robotic arm, and then you'd be the type of dude to like put a rocket launcher on it, you know, because it's
oh yeah,
sick.
and they wouldn't even know a rocket's in there, just
Exactly.
because. Like yes, yes. But when I say like, I'm still trying to figure out like what kind of coding I want to do, what kind of coder I want to be. And there's like coding has such infinite opportunities and stuff like that, but like you got to find your niche, you know. Like everyone's doing something, but it's mostly just because they're good at it.
Yeah.
Like finding what you're good at is just the hardest part. And also the job search, you get it. It's like, man,
I'm right
so
there with you,
so
dude.
over
That's why
that.
I mean, still at the same job I've had for 5 years. Can't get anything
Right,
else.
right. Nah, because it's just how the society is right now.
Yeah.
Nobody's really trying to like our parents don't get that it's like they're not trying to help you to gain experience. They really just want you to have experience so that they can abuse you for a couple days, and then like before you're
Literally.
done being abused, they've got what they need and you're like, "Okay, I'm on my way. I can put you guys on my resume." But we're not at that point, you know. Especially me coming right out of school. Like that's all anyone talks about is experience, experience. And it's like, "Well, what do you think I was doing for like the last 6 years?"
Yeah.
You know? Trying to get like education first, you know. Some of us don't want to be stupid, you know.
Yeah, man. It's rough.
It is, it is.
But I mean, like you said earlier, that's why, just doing what you want to do is so important, because at the end of the day, like you can't even find something to do for someone else, you know what I mean? So it's like you only
Exactly,
have one life to
exactly.
live. You might as well just do what you can to
Like
get
just
by.
dive in, yeah, and just build your own thing, yeah. And that's where I'm at, where I'm looking at all my friends, like people like you. All of my friends, everyone I know is like super amazing, but we don't have that like that meeting point, that place that we're like, hey,
Yeah.
you're working on this. Let me collab with you, because that's literally all Hollywood does. You know, people don't realize it, but it's what they do. You know,
They just
they
have
make movies and
connections
make money.
and
Yeah, they just
money
but
in general.
yeah, but what it really is like, let's say there's 5 people, bro. 5 people make one good movie. You know, they go out, they get their fame off of that one movie, but that helped them to get other jobs. Then things start to slow down, and what do? It's like Tarantino. They always return back to those core groups, you know, and
Yeah.
that's literally what Hollywood is. It's like, oh, let's just make another Tarantino movie,
I see what
you
you're
know,
saying.
like, and it's not a bad thing, but it's like people gotta recognize. Like the formula's there, you know, we just got to use it, and the confidence to actually execute our dreams and plans.
Yeah.
I'm just watching you draw. I'm like, he making rocks, y'all. He making rocks.
Yeah, doing a couple rocks here now since I did all this grass. I think that's some pretty mighty fine grass, if I do say so myself, to be honest with you. I think I went
Definitely,
crazy on
definitely.
that grass. That grass, like, no one has ever drawn grass like that ever. And that's just something
Ever
that
in their
people
life, bro.
people are gonna have to deal with. They'll never be able to draw grass like me.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Exactly. No,
look how
I'm
easy it
in
is to
total
just
agreement.
look at that.
Bro,
Just
it
a
wasn't
weird.
easy. You was meticulous. You was all zoomed in, bro. You was all zoomed in. I was there.
Look at that. Oh yeah.
Oh shit, he zoomed out. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that. Please take away the big dildo in the back, bro. Like, we don't want that anymore. Man, that's kind of scaring the kids away, bro. It's kind of scaring the kids.
Just wait till.
But so
So
how many
the-
layers is this so far?
Uh.
Oh my god.
I mean, a lot of them are hidden because I'm probably not gonna even end up using them. But
Okay.
I don't know. We probably have like.
But we got the
10.
basic rock layer. Is the rock layer, is that multiple layers of rock? Or is that just one?
So,
outline?
here I'm gonna hide the middle ground here. I'm gonna hide the sketch here. So right now,
Word,
the foreground here is composed of 3 layers, which is this tree right here. All the grass, and then this is all one layer.
Okay, cool. Got it.
So that's where we're at right now. And then I'm gonna unhide
Okay.
those.
Got it. Okay, cool. That's what I was trying to figure out. Okay.
Just trying to think of what I want to do next. I don't know if you can see this. I'm gonna zoom in. I don't know how delayed it's gonna be. I'll just wait for it to catch up.
No worries. Yeah, it's zooming now. Zooming.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a dude in the background.
Yeah, so in Elden Ring, there are these giant like golems that have like bow and arrows, or bows I should say, and they shoot these giant
Yeah.
arrows like probably the size of like a bus at you. And so that's
Is that
what the
he's
art.
winding up to do?
Yeah, that's what the art's revolving around. I'm gonna move. So like,
Okay, nice,
obviously
nice.
you can see the reference. This guy's right here, and he's right here.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
probably gonna put this guy more towards the middle, or maybe like even to the left a little bit, and then he's gonna be shooting an arrow at him, and then he's gonna be
Yeah,
probably evading it. I'm not sure if I want him to be like kind of like a deer in headlights, like it just flying at him, or if he's gonna be like doing a roll away from it. The thing is, if
Right. Whichever one's easiest for the artist, though. Whichever one's easiest.
yeah, if I do the roll, it's gonna be pretty difficult.
Well, like you're saying, you're gonna need another reference for like a role in this position. Do you ever
Yeah.
take pictures of yourself though, doing like certain actions?
I have. I found that they don't really help much, personally.
He said, "I'm a bad actor.
But like it
I'm
might
a bad model, guys."
it might just also be like the angle I take them and stuff like that. I don't know. It doesn't ever work out the way I want it to, and I end up using something else. So yeah, I don't know.
No,
To
I'm
answer your
sorry.
question, I
It's just
don't
funny.
really too much.
Right.
I'm
No,
gonna
I love that. I love that for you.
erase some of this sketch here, since I drew all that. All right. Now I can hear your piano.
Can you hear that? Okay, cool. I'm gonna stand up and play a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna mute this music then real quick, so the audience can hear you go crazy on the keys.
I mean, I'm not gonna go crazy on the
No, you're
keys. I
gonna
just
go-
want to like stretch my legs, bro.
You're gonna go insane, dude. Show them what you're made out of, bro.
I'm made out of chemicals and vitamins and minerals, bro.
Very natural of you. You're kind of going crazy, just so you know.
I mean, this is just me chilling though. Like, this is like
Dude, that's what I'm. You gotta,
conversation music.
You gotta record that stuff so I can like sample it and do. Like I always say that I'm gonna sample stuff and then I never end up doing it. But like I would for sure sample like just some plain piano like that, cause that's really easy to sample. As opposed to like, you know, layers of synths and things like that. It's kind of hard to add my own spin to it. But just a little piano, add like a drum break to it. That'd be sick.
Well, I think the other thing I need to do too is like just send you sample packs and stuff like that.
I would love that, dude. 100%. just realized I never even posted on Instagram that I was going live. I probably should have done that. Or Twitter. I didn't do it on either. I kind of just said, I'm going live in an hour. Be there, be square.
Yeah, you basically no. You told me 23 minutes, bro. My message says 23 minutes.
Yeah.
I didn't even have an hour, bro. I was like, I got home and was like, damn, my bad. I was out grocery shopping.
I kind of just well, another thing was because like I didn't know if this was gonna be like a disaster or not because I've never streamed before.
Yeah,
I didn't know if I was just gonna be like a nervous wreck the whole time. I was pretty nervous at first, but I feel like it's kind of a vibe.
Yeah. You've got the personality and the mood for it. You know, like you know what to deliver to the audience. Even if you think no one's there, you're still delivering like you have an audience, and that's why it was comfortable, like easy for me to just like keep working on my stuff before I even said anything. You know.
Why, thank you, sir. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah, of course.
I will continue to talk to myself loudly for the world to know.
Yes. No, and also it helps to make your parents think you're more busy than you are, you know? Like that's always a good thing. It's like, don't come in here, I'm working. Even when you're not, you know?
Be like, leave. I'm trying to do something.
Right?
I'm trying to get famous on Twitch. Leave me alone.
Well, yeah, and even your commentary, I was like, man, yeah, this guy's gonna be famous one day.
Dude said. Well, I
Because it was because your delivery was all the stuff that like when I'm watching YouTube videos, you know, it's like all the questions I have, you know, so you're good at
What
it.
up,
You're
YouTube? Today we're gonna be lighting a church on fire. Alright, I don't know.
I mean, it's a vibe, bro. We gonna draw that? Like, I'm here for it.
That would be kind
That's
of,
a great
that
way
would
to
be
start,
fire
man.
art. Low key, that
We're
would be
gonna
fire art.
draw a church on fire. Superman is gonna save only 2 people. 3 are gonna die. But hey, Batman's gonna be there to make everything better.
Alright, YouTube. Today we're gonna be smoking meth live. I'm just kidding.
What? Oh my God, girl, calm down.
I'm doing too much. Sometimes you just gotta say controversial stuff to get people like, what? What?
It gets the people going.
What? What'd you say? What did he say?
What does that even mean? I
What?
don't know. It's provocative.
I don't know. It's provocative.
But no, this is literally like what I do when I'm thinking. It's like I'll be walking around in my normal life and just like music will be playing in my head because I'm like, I don't want to be here right now.
That's awesome, dude. I wish. Like,
Oh,
I have a question for you. When you play things, do you know like what key you're doing? Like, in the back of your head, like, could you just like name off what key you're in and
I mean, I play.
know what chords
I'm
you're
not.
playing?
I would say that I know music theory, like I know notes, but no, I'm not fast like that. Like you can't put a piece of music in front of me and expect me to like know it. But if you have a song, right? Songs fall into categories of like, okay, your scales, right? It's like, hey, I know that like I can play anything within these limits. And basically that's how I approach a lot of things. That's how I approach learning everything. It's like, what are the limits of it? And what can I get away with inside of these limits, you know?
Nice.
So,
I mean,
but yeah, scales are the foundation.
I feel like that's kind of how I operate too.
Oh yeah. You have to know the limits, bro.
Yeah.
And when I say that's the smartest way to approach things in my opinion, because it's like it's not about like building it up from the bottom and like wondering how far you're gonna go. It's basically like, okay, give me the whole book. How many pages is it? This many pages. Okay, maybe I can divvy it up by these many days and I can get through this whole thing, you know, by this time. But what are the names of the chapters? You know, like what is the last chapter? What do they really want me to know? And people ask things or at least the way that they try to teach us in society now, or even just America in general, they don't like education. They
Yeah.
give you something and they're like, here's step one. And step one is usually something that you probably already know a little bit about, but the way that they tell you, you're confused. You're like,
Yeah.
what? That's so
They make
basic.
it unnecessarily. They make it,
Un-
yeah, unnecessarily just
Unnecessarily simple. Yes,
difficult.
yes, because we're not dumb people. We're not dumb people. Like,
Or yeah, simple in some circumstances, but like
yeah.
they'll word things and make them confusing and complicate things sometimes
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. But I do say simple because I think that us as people, as a community, as a society, are smarter than they give us credit for. So that is why I say like they simplify things. Language training, even the way that we learn Spanish in America, they teach us for like 3 years only present tense, and it's like the first thing you want to know how to do is to be able to say like to drink, I drank, I will drink, and I have drank, or whatever, things like that. That's what you really want to know. That's how you get diverse. But when you limit people,
You want to know how to tell
uh,
people you've been drinking ciders.
right, right. No, when I say that's one of the things I need to learn how to say too, because when I travel, between museums and like cider and other things that are on my list, but like that's one of the things I want to do when I travel is like try the local ciders. That's why I
Yeah,
love living in Washington, because the cider community is just big,
yeah.
and I've been able to refine my tongue. Even my friends, my friend got me cider. I didn't see him earlier this month, but he got me some cider this past weekend that I came and picked up. And when I say I drank both of them and I tasted them, and it was like, it was different, it wasn't what I usually go for, but it,
Mhm.
it was it was it was an experience that wasn't beer, that I'm like, oh, it's just another watery hops experience. It was like, there's more aroma to this than there is taste, and like, whoa, I thought I didn't like the taste, but it's really the aroma I don't like, kind of thing. And
Okay.
that was my experience this past weekend.
Nice.
Uh, but yeah, no, when you're like, hey, do I know what key? I have what's called relative pitch. So like, I don't have perfect pitch. Perfect pitch is when someone hears a note and they're like, "That's C." I don't have that. I don't fucking have that. That's too much. No. I'm an asshole. Okay. That's why I don't like math. No, I am good at math, but I don't like it. But no, I have relative pitch. So it's like if you play something like that, I'm gonna be able to find it even if I wasn't at the piano. Even if you played it on a different instrument, I'm gonna be like, oh, that's. I might mess up a few times, but I'm gonna get back to there. And that's all playing by ear is for a lot of us, because I'm sure you play by ear, right?
Yeah, I mean, kinda like
Like you do
kind of
you
like what
transpose? Go ahead. I'm
I
sorry.
was gonna say, kind of like what you were saying before. Like you kind of like if you like mess around with keys for like I don't know 5 minutes, you'll know which keys go in that key basically.
Right,
Like you'll
right,
know which keys
exactly.
fit in that key, and then like I can improvise like a melody. Like if I just hit the record button within that key, I can come up with something that sounds good.
And yes, yes,
That's the
like you're
extent
saying,
of what I can do though.
yes, and yes, I totally get what you're saying now. What your question was, and like you're saying, yes, what I do is kind of different from that. What I'm doing is more like feeling my way around the keys than I am letting the keys build themselves, if that makes sense. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like if I have an idea of something, honestly, what I'll usually do is I'll go to the piano, I'll play a chord, and then I'll let the chord guide me, and I'll be like, if I move, I want to go down, and I'll be like,
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't like
I mean
down, but I
yeah,
want up.
dude. You know what? I feel like you and I like I was listening to because I've been like sampling and stuff a lot, and I have one of your tracks in my like samples playlist. I think it has like the name King in it. I can't remember exactly. Um, but I kind of noticed that I feel like we kind of float around the same like key signatures a lot. Like I don't um use like a lot of like sharps typically. Like I'll try to sometimes and it doesn't sound right to me. So I'll like use a lot of just like C major keys, I think is the right one. I think TK cut out again. That is a problem. Oh no. I'm all alone drawing once again. So I'm gonna go on my phone once again, baby. Hello, sir.
Yo, sorry about that. But yeah, I think you heard the last thing I said, just about like feeling your way around it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess I would add to that, like, I also have like, I mean, I guess I did jazz band for like a year, and I think that upped my game of like just improvising and just being comfortable with like even accidentally pressing a note, and it inspiring your next move is what I would say. It's like whatever your first move is, it has to inspire the next one,
Yeah.
even
I
mistakes.
I think like back in the day there was like a test ran on a jazz musician's like brain as he was like improvising, and it showed way more brain activity than like when he would play something that was like pre kind of conceived.
Oh yeah, and I can't do that at all, bro. I can't. Like when I started to read notes and all that stuff, I would get distracted because I'd see the melody in it, and then
Yeah.
I'd just get bored with the music. But
Yeah.
yeah, like you're saying, I think I've come across that too, where it's like the way that their brains work when they're improvising is totally different. It lights up all these different regions, right? And then
Yeah.
it's like, but when they're doing normal things, it's like,
Yeah, it's just
it's like the most boring brain ever. Yeah.
nothing. But that's what makes like, cuz I actually like jazz. Like I mean, I don't know a whole lot
Yeah.
about it, but like I do listen to jazz music, and that's what makes jazz so interesting
Right.
is because like as you're listening, you can hear like the pianist's like moves, like the kind of like the
Yeah,
thought
his
process
thought
that's going
process.
on in his brain when he like
Yeah.
jumps to the next
Yeah,
key.
that's exactly what it is, bro. And
It's so
when I
cool.
say when you're listening to it, when I say though when you're listening to it like that, like for us as the pianist or any instrument really, but when we're improvising, time slows down for us. So even playing it back for us, like we're hearing it like you're hearing it. We're
Hmm.
like, damn. Sometimes I'll hear things played back for me, and I'm like, I didn't even realize I did that. You know?
Yeah.
But it's because in time, like in the time when you're playing it, time is just slowed down, right? And you're just like, you're just moving on like instinct, bro. Instinct.
Yeah.
I think the lighting up of the brain is like you're saying, it's those instinct parts like lighten up, and it's like, nah, bro, I'm an animal right
No, no, like yeah, for real.
now.
That's like how it is though. Like
Yeah,
cuz you're
but
cuz
no,
you're
improvising
constantly
improvising
getting
is
like re-inspired as you're playing. Like it's not just like, "Oh, I get this. I'm
yeah.
going to play this." It's like I like, "Oh, that was cool. Okay, I'm going to do this." Like, "Oh, wow, that
But the
sounded
catch
great."
is, but the catch is that was also the downfall of a lot of jazz musicians because they would be able to do certain things sometimes, and then live they wouldn't be able to reproduce it.
Oh, true,
So
yeah.
it's like there's a balance between like and I've noticed this with some artists that I follow in particular, where they're good at giving you just enough in the studio version that when they do perform it live, they're really good at adding over it or improvising. And when I say that's probably why I've been taking my time with releasing anything because I want that balance, where it's like the
Yeah.
studio version sounds great, it sounds amazing, but also when you hear that live version, you're like, whoa, you didn't stop working on this song. You like there was more here that you didn't give us.
Do
Uh,
you I mean obviously like you do Twitch streams, but like have you ever performed live at all?
I've musically only once really. I think I would say like
Okay.
and it was piano and I did very badly. It was my jazz band piano.
Okay.
I've been on stage, but not musically. Like never with my own production.
Got you.
Everything that I do on Twitch and like that you've seen is literally just me coming up with an idea and being like, I want to build this space for myself, uh, because I've never seen it before.
Yeah.
Like I would love to be on stage and do this, but I, especially with my nerve issue, I would need people that, one, I can trust, two, that can move my things and like set them up the way that I would need them set up, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, the pianist Yanni, do you know who Yanni is?
I don't.
Okay, Yanni is like an older, is he's a pianist. My dad likes him. He's an older white guy, right? I mean, he's older for us. He's an older white guy for us, but Yanni's like super famous, right? And he's one of those people who like you look at. I watched a lot of tour videos, and you look at like how his. When I say his setup isn't like mine. His setup is like literally like maybe my one workstation and like five of the same workstation, right? And he's just like, this is what I wrote all of my music on, and I have five of these keyboards, 88 key, and like it's wild to see it. But once you understand, like he's got years and years and years of like sampling onto these keyboards, like these keyboards aren't just those keyboards, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think I'm getting like way over my head. I got too excited talking about Yanni. But my point is just that, yeah, no. People who play piano, like, and they like improvise, totally different, yeah, than people who play, can sit down and sight read. Our brains, yeah, they definitely work totally different. And you're right. The science has proven it, you know. And I revel in my energy of like, hey, I'm not a sight reader, but as I've gotten older, I am realizing that there are things I'm interested in, and sight reading will help me to get there. So I have been studying sight reading more, you know. But no, people who improvise, we're totally different than the people who read notes are always impressed by us, and we're impressed by them. You know, it goes
Mm-hmm.
both ways. Yeah.
I gotta restart Photoshop because it decided to stop working. So
Dun dun dun. Did you save though?
yeah, it should be good. It does that a lot.
Okay.
Like
Oh yeah, no, I know. Like a lot of them do.
it
Are
for
you running a
whatever
solid state hard drive though?
I am, yeah. Actually,
Okay,
I'm not
gotcha,
sure.
gotcha.
I think Photoshop is installed on my SSD, but I don't know. I have a lot of things on my external too, so I'm not sure.
Right, right.
But it's alright either
No, I
way.
totally get it.
I actually did make a lot of progress now that I think about it. I almost
Yeah, yeah, no. Even
forgot
even just
to
like me
erase.
tuning in, like I've seen a lot. Yeah. Rar.
I might call it soon though.
Oh yeah, it makes sense. How long have you been streaming?
Um, around 2 hours. Maybe I'll go. I'll go at least another half an hour.
I don't like that tempo.
See, now you're on my Twitch, so I can steal those. I can sample those from my VOD. I don't have to beg you for a VOD. I can just do it.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. I'll actually try to set something up right now, so just bear with me. But I am gonna go get another drink too, and I gotta pee. So
Sounds good.
after I come back, yeah, we'll use this last 30 minutes to come up with something, you know, real quick.
Hell
Come
yeah,
up with
dude.
some- I will say though, because it's coming out of freaking Discord, it's gonna be mono, and I hate mono, so don't diss my
It's
my
alright, dude.
feeds.
My
Yeah,
like that mixing for me is like the one thing I put like the least amount of effort in. So
but that's why I need it to be like not mono, because like my synths be panning left and right, bro. Like I be programming the panning, you know. You get what I'm saying? And I'm like,
yeah,
it'd be
yeah.
killing me. It'd be killing me. But the
okay.
audience will love it either way. The audience will love it.
Yeah,
They'll
I'll
love it.
figure something out when I get
No,
enough.
no, it's not you. It's literally Discord. Only like friend to friend, whatever. The audio is always mono, and I don't know why they do that. Like if I share a screen, it'll be panned left and right, but like not the audio. So, but I'll be back. I'll be back. Okay. I need to go get another drink.
For sure.
Drink. All right. And pee.
I'm about to run out of my water as well. Now that TK is gone, we can talk about how cool he is. I believe his Twitch is TK the Prophet Music, and if there are any viewers of this stream at the moment, you guys should all go follow him. I'm gonna look it up just to make sure I'm giving you the right info. Let's take a gander here. Alright, y'all. TK the Prophet Music on Twitch, baby. I don't think he's been streaming much lately, but certainly when he does, you guys will want to follow him because he's kind of sick and kind of has really cool synth keyboard playing abilities that are really truly seriously unmatched. And so it's only right you go follow the synth god. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna get back to art. Let's see here. I feel like I'm kind of killing these trees low-key. I feel like these trees are kind of fire. Especially this one way on the left here. Pretty sick. I really like this sketch. I honestly don't think I'm going to erase this sketch once I ink this one. For whatever reason. I'm just like a hoarder with everything. So that includes digital art that I sketch and refine. I don't know. I'm a loser. Let's see here. 1, 2, and then this is the third one. Also, for the record, anytime you have, like, I made this layer to draw this tree, and I know that. But a good way to check, because I didn't draw anything on it yet, right? You can see nothing's happening, so more than likely I didn't draw anything on it. But a good way to check is to hit Control T, because that's how you can transform the layer, and if there's nothing there, then this is going to pop up, and that way you know that the layer is empty. So that's, I would say, the best way. Obviously, you can do what I just did with like hiding the layer and having it reappear, but that doesn't always work because a lot of times you're just not going to notice the difference. So that's the best way to do it. But we're going to ink this tree now. So I think my goal is to, because we're gonna be going for probably like another 20 minutes, maybe even another 30, because, you know, just to get off at a decent time, a normal time. I think I'm going to ink that tree. And I might even sketch the shadows, because there's shadows here, which typically isn't something I would do. I wouldn't just sketch shadows. I would typically just draw them on whatever surface, but because they're so big and because I think it would add so much to the art, I think I'm just gonna go for it. There was a voice crack. I'm about to turn 25 and I'm still going through puberty, so bear with me. But yeah, so we are going to get fucking schmoovin'. Let's see here.
Schmoovin'.
I was just talking to my audience
Moving.
of probably 0. But it's for the future.
Yes.
It's
No
so
worries.
it's so when I blow up, they look back and they say, "Damn, he was on his A game even when he wasn't shit." That's what they're gonna say. They're gonna say that.
It's for the future.
It's for the future.
All right. I'm just gonna side with you on that one. So right now I'm turning on the synths. You gotta choose what sounds you want to use.
While you were gone, I shouted out your Twitch, and I told my
I appreciate that.
potential viewers to follow you, and told them
Thanks,
that you
man.
may
Thanks,
not be streaming that much lately, but you should
Well,
still
I think I'm
follow
gonna
him.
stream tomorrow. So
Oh, really?
tomorrow's Thursday, right?
It is.
Yeah, so I'll probably be streaming tomorrow.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
So that's
Maybe
the plan.
I might also do this again tomorrow because I don't think I have anything going on. And I do have to get this done
Nice.
by not this Friday, but next Friday. So
Wait, what is this for? For the competition or something?
no, so you don't have Instagram anymore, but basically I've been getting a
Right,
new
right.
post out every week. That's been my goal.
Yes.
So I have the one done for this coming Friday, which I showed earlier in the stream, and I don't think you were here for that. I'm gonna pull it up real quick so you can see. Oh,
Yeah, give me a
I already
sec
sent
to-
you it. Never mind. I already sent you it earlier. It was the other Elden Ring art I made.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
nice. Yes.
yeah. So I've been trying to get new art out every week.
And no, I am listening. I just gotta choose the right sounds for
No, I got you, dude.
where what. I'm-
Ooh, that sounds sick. Damn, the low tones of that one and the high tones are extremely different. That's one synth. One.
No, that's 2.
Oh, okay.
I'm playing the lows with the keyboard that's my Prophet 12, and then the highs are with my King Korg. The King Korg I usually use for the lows though, so I like that you highlighted that.
Nice.
Like, yeah, because I usually use them for the opposite thing. But yes.
I got you.
And then this is a different keyboard, the modal. I don't think I like this sound though.
I almost like never go for the super loud like buzzy sounds.
Yeah, no, once you do it, kind of like solidifies whatever genre that is. So I totally understand.
See, like sounds like that, I instantly go for.
See, and I was like, not right now. Messed up that.
What if you take a little resonance off that one?
I had just intentionally added the resonance.
Oh really?
But no.
just-
It
I
was
just
just
wanna
funny
hear
that
it.
you said that.
I just want to hear.
So you mean more like this though?
Maybe a little. Ooh, yeah, I love that, dude. That sounds so sick to me. That one sounds so sick to me, dude. You could even maybe take a little bit of the cutoff off as well. Maybe that might sound sick.
Wait, what do you mean, the high or the low?
I don't know. Probably the high. Ooh, that sounds so good, dude.
Alright, hold on.
I'm stealing all this, dude. Hell yeah, bro. That was a banger.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
The little synth, the little like lead going.
Right? It's always the little things, isn't it? Like the little things. That's. But yeah, no, that was a special little cut for you. Okay, that was for you, my friend. That was for you.
Thank you. I now have a
especially-
theme song for my Twitch. I have a Twitch theme song. That's fire.
Bro, yeah. I love it. I love it. Oh man. But yeah, no, I had to make sure like you were so quiet that whole time. I was like, man, is he still there? Oh fuck. Cause I can get lost in it, you know. But that's the problem with improvising. It's like once you have like a rhythm going, it's like whatever comes to mind, you just get to do it, you know.
Yeah.
And some people don't like that freedom. The freedom is really scary for some people, you know. Like but it's yeah, but like all of that was right off the dome. I actually really liked that too. Like that was really nice. I like that. And that
always-
concept,
I'm always
loved
like
it.
just like blown away by how you can just sing, because like all I do all the time is try to sing and it sounds like dog shit.
What I would say is, even that was really bad. Like I had a lot of reverb on, but I would say even my vocals weren't warmed up or anything for that. But like practice with reverb, you know. People knock it, but what I would say honestly is that sitting with your voice is the best thing you can do, you know.
Got you.
And if you can play with reverb, then you'll learn that less and less reverb really does highlight what you're doing, you know. But reverb is your friend, and you like effects. You don't have a bad voice, you know. I would just say play with reverb, you know. And that's like the most simple advice I can like would give anyone, you know.
Like-
It's like have fun
Like
with
as
reverb.
I'm singing, have the reverb on, basically.
Yeah, and turn it up and down and see how you feel about it at different times. Because the thing about reverb is you don't want your reverb always on. You want to turn it up maybe on the chorus, you know, but then turn it down during the verses, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's really just seasoning. It's just some extra seasoning.
To make that hook go crazy.
It's provocative. Gets the
provocative.
people going. But yeah, no. And like I said, all of this is mostly just like having a method of like, okay, I know that randomly pressing certain things on the drum machine will give me a beat, but the catch is like doing something that feels different each time you do it, you know? Like I've gotten to the point where like I can come in here and do something like that real quick, you know, have it down. What I need to learn is like how to make my drums more unique, even more unique. You know, they've gotten to the point where they're complex like I want them to be, and I think it's just going to be manipulating the different layers for this next album, you know, and basically by drum machine, you know, my Tempest is here, my TR8, and then my fucking Nord drum, and just fuck with those layers, bro. Because I'm already fucking with the layers on the machines themselves, so I don't need to be like super meticulous about it in the computer. But even just adding a filter to like drum layers can dramatically change what instrument it is, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So
You could add like a dotted like delay to it.
yeah,
Like-
all of that, yeah. Exactly. Even if and even keep the like original and like just see how that sounds layered over it, like all of that shit. Like I love that.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, no. Where I'm at right now, my foundations are here. I've got all the keyboards I need, all the drum machines. Anything extra would be extra. You know, anything more would be extra.
Nice.
Like, I'm happy about my setup. Is all I'm saying. I'm
You
trying to
wanna-
convince myself not to move, bro. That's sorry.
You wanna see some magic real quick? It might be a little delayed.
Yeah, give me a second because I was, for some reason, on the Discord and like nothing's even happening on the Discord, so I don't know why it's over there. Oh my god.
I'm really only making a big deal about what I'm about to do, just in case I have any people, like anyone watching this later.
Yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah.
a cool little like
And I will say that's another good strategy that I don't do is like the people watching later, bro. Like, yes, always record your streams because you never know.
yeah.
But yeah, yeah. What's your magic trick, bro? I'm here. I'm
You're
here.
watching me? Okay. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you're wondering why this is all pink, and it's because I want it to show up so I can see it. In contrast to this background here. Well, now that
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
it fully drawn, I don't really need to see it that much. So, and it might take a minute,
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah.
second for you to see.
Yeah, yeah, but I know I get what you're saying. And see, this is my the part of like you were saying earlier, the part of using something like Photoshop or whatever where they have all these keyboard shortcuts, like
Mm-hmm.
uh that's the hardest part for me. I'm like I keep having to learn keyboard shortcuts cuts and everything, whether it's
So,
text editors or you get
yeah.
it, like trying to do coding or something. I'm
So
so
for
tired of keyboard shortcuts, bro.
anyone who could potentially be watching this in the future, what I'm doing here is because I have these inked in pink. Typically, I would already ink them in black, but because of the background, I made them pink. So what I'm doing is I'm adding a new layer. I'm right clicking on that layer and I'm clicking create clipping mask. And basically, this allows you to replace anything that's in this pink in this layer right here with anything you want. You could add an image there if you wanted, but I'm just using simple black color so I can have some nice outlines. I cannot talk right now. Outlines. And then I typically like to merge it down because I don't need the pink anymore. Otherwise, you could always just hide the layer. But I'm going to merge down, and now the whole layer is black.
All black everything.
And then,
Sorry, that was a Lupe song.
hey man, inform the viewers, man. Put them on.
No, no, but I like you're saying. Even just you changing it though from that fluorescent like pink I want to call it maroon, but whatever that freaking color is that pink? Is that like hot pink? What is
Yeah,
that color?
I would say it's hot pink. Yeah.
Yeah, but like you're saying, the way that it contrasts the background, and then when you switched everything to black, it's a totally different energy, you know. But it does. It helps you to see like what you were doing and then how it falls into place is really nice, honestly.
Well, thank
I
you, sir.
like it because the pink really does like stand out, bro. And then you like you said, you switch it and it's all
It's
subdued,
like
but you see the detail that you put into the rocks and stuff. Because I wasn't here for you doing the rocks, so forgive me. I'm like I'm
no, it's
just
fine. I didn't give you like any
I'm
heads
singing it.
up.
Yeah, yeah, no worries, no worries. You said 23 minutes. You got 23 minutes. I said I'm getting groceries, bro.
so so anyway, I'm probably going to end this soon. Before I get
Nice.
off stream, and I'll probably hang in the Discord for a little bit if you want to chill. But
Yeah.
before I get off, I just want to kind of say what I'm going to do next. So because I drew these trees here, in my own style, to the best of my ability, was trying to emulate that style. Um, they look significantly different from the one I traced over here. So to combat that, I'm actually probably going to redraw this one, just so it looks more, I guess, synonymous to these ones. So that's gonna be one of the things I do in my next stream. Um, and before I go, I'm gonna take this reference image, and I'm gonna hide it, and I'm gonna hide this sketch, and I'm gonna hide. Where's the tree here? This tree, just to show where we're at right now. So in the last almost 3 hours, this is what I've accomplished. So I'm pretty happy. The biggest issue was the grass. Not really an issue, but the most tedious part. And yeah, I think we're just gonna call it here. And if you watched it all, even after I stream this, thank you. I'll give you $5 if you follow me. And yeah, that'll be it, folks.